Okay, I'm going to be unboxing the big box of extras here too, but let's go ahead and do these little ones first. So I'm going to use the X-Acto on these guys to get them open because I don't think the pizza cutter is going to really fit. I'll cut into here. So this is our Old Man Logan special model. I think it's funny when they have all the extras and there's like two that they don't fit into the extras box. That was the case with the previous series of them too. I just think that's weird. Like you probably knew you were going to do this, so why not just have it be so you can have them in the box? I don't get it, but whatever, it's fine. All right, so there is Old Man Logan. So there's a lot of comics with him, and if you saw the movie Logan, you're getting a chunk of it there. That was a great movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but it gets you right in the feels. I'll say that. And of course, that movie you also get introduced to X-23. I don't know if I can get this deck open very well here. But if you haven't seen Logan because some of the quality of some of the other X-Men movies scared you off, I recommend checking it out because it's a shining star in the comic book movies. So there he is. He's Logan. He's old. He's still got his claws. Pretty awesome overall. So nothing too crazy there though. Obviously it's just a little single character box. Let's look at this version of Storm. It's a Mohawk Storm. That's pretty cool. Now, at least when she started having a mohawk in the comic, she had lost her powers. And as you know, when you lose your powers, the first thing you want to do is get a haircut. So she did. I don't think that's actually the story behind it, but she did get a haircut and she did get a mohawk. And what was odd in the comic is Storm had kind of taken Kitty Pryde under her wing because Kitty Pryde was very young at the time. And she was very upset about this haircut. I didn't remember that until I started rereading it recently. She was very upset because she thought Storm was becoming a different person than who she knew. She didn't like that very much, which is sort of weird, I think. But it was a weird thing. I was like, I don't know. I don't really understand why she cares that much, but whatever, sure. But yeah, she had this whole period where she was leading the Morlocks, and she had to fight their current leader to do it, and she didn't have her powers, or she didn't use her powers. I don't remember exactly what order things were in, but here's some of the Storm cards. When I get to the big box, I don't think I'm going to go through all the cards because there are so many in there, and that will take a long, long time. And I don't think anybody really wants to do it because we're not paying a ton of attention to what the cards do anyway. So there is a Mohawk Storm, and this one she does have her powers. You see electricity kind of blasting off around her feet. So this is a part of the timeline where she had both the Mohawk and the powers. Okay, so let's do the big box. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to zoom the camera out just a bit to get this all in screen here, I think. Wowie. There's a lot. And I will tell you this, there's gonna be characters in here that I don't know the names of off the top of my head because that's a lot of characters. And some of them came at times that I'm not as knowledgeable about, but I'll tell you what I do know, and maybe I can kind of reference here if I'm not sure, so I can tell you guys. So this doesn't have any kind of story thing on the back. It just has pictures of the huge amount of characters that are in here. So let's get this gigantic box open and start digging through here and looking at all these crazy promo characters they have. All right. I'm betting this lid is going to be something to try to pry off of here. We're going to see how it goes. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. It is coming. I love this big picture here with all of them somehow crammed in there. That can't be easy to do. Oh my gosh. This is so hard. Okay, we're getting there though. We are getting there. Ooh, we're zooming right in on Jean Grey's face. There she is. Oh, okay. Very cool. All right. And now inside here, there's of course another box. So I'm gonna pull that out. Oh boy. So here's all the cards down here at the bottom. Here, I'll look at these the villain ones. Toad, Blob, and Pyro. Spiral. Spiral's awesome. I always like that character design. She's so crazy. Silver Samurai, Shadow King, Sauron, Onslaught, Omega Red, Namor, Mojo, Mastermind. There's so many. Marrow. Oh, Marrow. Yeah, she wasn't super nice, I guess, but Legion, Lady Deathstrike, Emma Frost. I like that Emma Frost is a bad guy and a good guy. Deathbird. Deathbird's cool. Dark Phoenix, my favorite villain ever, probably. No, one of them though. Callisto, that is the leader of the Morlocks that Storm had to defeat. The Brood Queen, ew. Avalanche, and Arcade. Fantastic stuff. So yeah, I'm not going to go through all these cards because I don't think that'll be very exciting to watch, to be honest with you. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pop this sucker back on here. And what I'll do, I'm going to turn this over so I can reference the back. If I'm not sure what hero someone is, and maybe I can check there and figure it out. We'll see. May not work as well as I think it will. So, all right, here's the models though. Let's take a peek at these guys because I think this is what most people are excited about if they signed up to get this, is all the crazy models. Oh my goodness. There's a lot. Bear with me. We're going to try to get through this. Okay. And hopefully I'll get some of these right more than wrong, but we'll see. So we have Avalanche, who I believe was in the Freedom Force, which sounds like a good guy team, but it's not. Deathbird, sort of like the assassin of the Shi'ar Empire. She's pretty brutal. We have, I forget what station he was in the Hellfire Club, but he is actually Mastermind. And he had a big part in turning Phoenix into Dark Phoenix because he really messed with her head. This is Callisto, I believe. And, Lady Deathstrike. Claws aren't super long on here, but I guess that would be kind of hard to do without them being really easily broken. Shadow King, Professor X's arch nemesis specifically. We have, Silver Samurai. I haven't read a lot of stories of Silver Samurai, but I know he's mixed it up with Logan Wolverine quite a bit. Omega Red, he has these crazy coils and a death pheromone, so it actually starts killing you when you're close to him, which is sounds dangerous. Arcade always has great stories. He's not very powerful himself, but he manages to trap people nonetheless and use them to sort of entertain himself. We have Sauron, not from Lord of the Rings. I think he drains, God, what does it do? He drains energy out of people or something, like he feeds off of them. But he was like a scientist until he became this pterodactyl type person. We have Pyro, who has control over fire and is quite a pyromaniac, appropriately enough. We have Toad, who is very agile and has a long, disgusting tongue, so that's exciting. And the Blob, who is immovable and quite strong. All right, one of my favorite villains, Mojo. He rules a world where your power is based on what kind of TV ratings your station can get. And he always gets the best ratings. That's why he always kidnaps the X-Men and whatnot. You have the Brood Queen. The Brood are nasty aliens, very much like the Alien and Aliens movie, but they can kind of take over your body, sort of. It's interesting. Onslaught. This was an interesting storyline. Onslaught was a weird blend of Magneto, I hate saying Magneto and Professor X. And one of the greatest villains of all time, Dark Phoenix. And again, I love that they mix the plastic on here with like the fiery Phoenix behind her. That is so cool. Love it. All right, next tray. Oh, okay. All right, here's where I'm gonna start getting into trouble because there are so many characters here that I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to name them all for you. So we're gonna see. So we have Legion, Professor X's son. He has incredible telepathic power, but he's very mentally unstable. There's a pretty cool show about him. I didn't watch it all, but I did enjoy it. It was called Legion. Amazing. We have Emma Frost. She's purple because she can be a good guy or a bad guy. She's been both in her long career. I like her as both, honestly, which is great because a lot of times when they do that, I vastly prefer one or the other. We have Marrow, who grows sharp bone spurs out of her body at random and can pull them out and use them to hurt people. She really injured Logan once with those early on, which is shocking. We have the six-armed Spiral, who is sort of like Mojo's bodyguard. Now, they have her as purple, so I guess she could be a hero. I didn't really read any stories where she was a hero, but, you know, I have not read all the stories because there's quite a lot. We have Namor, who can be a hero or villain, because he did a lot of both of those things in the comics. Okay, now, this, I believe, is Magic, Colossus' sister. She can create portals. I think you have to go through Limbo in them. I'm not sure, but she's very tied to Limbo, which is sort of like this weird hell-like dimension. We have Sunspot, who has a lot of fire powers. Or no, he's not really, I'm sorry. I don't think he has fire powers. He's like, he looks like he'd have fire powers, but I think he's like super strong, but not invulnerable or something like that. I don't know. It was weird. Also, sorry if you can hear the lawn mower in the background, but there's a lawnmower in the background, you know? I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes it goes that way. Here is a Warlock. He's got this weird techno-virus thing, and it's real weird. Honestly, I'm not sure I can explain it in any normal way. He's a bizarre-looking character and always has been, but that is him. This is Mirage of the New Mutants. I, for the life of me, can't remember what her power is, but she might be the one that can make you see your greatest fear, but I'm not sure that that's right. Wolfsbane of the New Mutants. She is kind of like a, sort of like a werewolf character, basically, but very, like, at least early on, a very sweet, innocent person who just gets caught up with having mutant powers and was chased out of her town because they thought she was like in league with the devil or something. Here we have Havoc, who is Cyclops' in my opinion, cooler brother, who can shoot plasma blasts out of his hands, but he cannot control how powerful they are, really, or he cannot make them not deadly. So it's dangerous. His powers and Cyclops' powers can't hurt each other. So, like, the brothers can't hurt the brothers. Here we have Madrox, the Multiple Man. He can split himself into many different copies of himself, which is useful. This is Polaris. Much like Magneto, she has powers over metal. She's a master of magnetism. For a while, they're saying that she was Magneto's daughter, and then they're saying she wasn't. And I don't know where they left off with that, but maybe she is. She at least has the same powers. Here's Strong Guy. He is a strong guy. I don't know tons about his backstory, to be honest with you, but he's a strong dude. Okay, we have Boom Boom, who has powers kind of similar to Jubilee in a way. It's almost sort of fireworky stuff, but a little bit more explosive, I guess. So that's Boom Boom. All right, I think this is Blank, who I think showed up in the Age of Apocalypse storyline. So she was like an alternate timeline person, but I think they integrated her into the normal timeline. I'm not sure. Here is Firestar, who I think was in this like Spider-Man and Friends cartoon back in the day. And I don't know how much she's actually done in the comic books. I feel like I haven't seen her a lot in comics, but she has been there. I just don't know exactly where. All right, here is Warpath. I know he's super strong. I'm not sure what else he has going on. I think he was one of the people at X-Force. I'm not totally sure about him. All right, here's a character I know nothing about. He's Phantom X. I know absolutely nothing about him. Looks cool, but that's all I can really tell you about that. All right, here is Feral. She was an X-Force. Kind of like Wolfsbane, but a much more savage individual, I would say. Okay, let's move this aside. Okay, so here we go. So there's a couple spots here. I wonder if that's where you put the ones in the little white boxes. I wonder why they didn't just put them in there. If that's the case, that's weird. So we will see. We'll figure that out, hopefully. Here is Kitty Pryde. Absolutely love it that they have her stepping through a wall, show off her powers of being able to phase through things and flight. And if she touches electronics, she will basically fry them. So, and she has a pet dragon who is right here named Lockheed. So he's always fun. All right, we've got Nightcrawler, who looks like a demon, but can teleport around. I believe as long as, I don't remember if this area has to be within sight, or if he just keeps it within sight so that way he knows he's not teleporting into a wall or a person, because I remember that being a possibility. I don't know how this got in there, but okay, we'll figure that out. Okay. This looks like, I'm pretty sure it's Captain Britain, who is in Excalibur. He did also before that, but I mainly know him from the first run of Excalibur. So, flight, super strength, that sort of fun thing. He is Psylocke's brother. At least while she's British, he is. I don't know what happens when she becomes Asian. It's very confusing. All right, here is the Rachel Summers Phoenix. She was Jean Grey's daughter in another timeline, I believe. I think from the Age of Apocalypse. I'm not sure if I got that right, but always liked her. All right, here we have Dupe. And I'm very familiar with the character design, but I don't know anything about Dupe. He looks like a weird little lima bean. I'm not sure what the deal is, but he's hilarious looking, so that's fun. All right, we have Gwenpool, because there has to be a Gwen everything. Gwen, I assume Gwen Stacy version of Deadpool, or they just like the name Gwen, but don't know how that came to be, but there she is. She's fun. All right, here is Dagger of the Cloak and Dagger comics. They are mutants, but they never really seem to tie them into the X-Men very much, at least not while I was reading. But I believe she has some light powers. And then here is Cloak. God, I don't remember. He has some kind of like portal thing with his cloak. I'm not sure if I really remember, but pretty cool. This is Longshot, who is related to Shatterstar from X-Force. He has incredible luck, so he's very likely to hit things when he throws like his blades at them. But yeah, very lucky. Not actually technically a mutant, if I remember right. I think he has hollow bones as well. Okay, this is Sunfire, who I feel like was always invited to join the X-Men and then never did. He probably did later on, but he's got flames going on there. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so go on to Weapon X. This is another version of Wolverine when he was in that Weapon X program. There's a lot going on there. I don't know if I can recount any of it, to be honest with you. So there's that. Okay, this is X-23, who is, I think she's Wolverine's daughter. I'm not sure if that's totally right, but I don't know why the flames are there, but I don't know if she has any kind of flame thing going on, but neat character though. I want to know more about X-23 actually. Here we have Dazzler, who is in the X-Men team when I first started reading X-Men. She can convert sound in the area to light, including making strong lasers and photon blasts. She started off as this weird disco rollerblading character, which is insane, but I didn't know her about that until quite a bit later. So I always thought she was cool, and then I found out she has this weird, bizarre, silly past, but I think she's still cool. Okay, here's a character I know almost nothing about as well. Pixie. I don't remember ever seeing her in the X-Men. I'm sure she was there, probably after I read, or maybe in some other book that I wasn't reading at the time. But either way, it's fun character design, so that's cool. Here is North Star from Alpha Flight. I, for the life of me, cannot tell you what this person's powers are. I never really read a lot of Alpha Flight. I read a little bit of it. I read the things where they show up in X-Men, but I never read the comic book too much, so I just don't remember what they have going on. Here is Sasquatch from Alpha Flight. I did think it was kind of a bummer that they never really got the love they deserved, I think. So it didn't seem like it. This is Puck from Alpha Flight. He's kind of like a very acrobatic, kind of little guy. I don't know if he's, I think he might be super strong too, but I'm not certain. Here is Guardian of Alpha Flight. I'm not going to know these Alpha Flight powers, unfortunately. I'm just not. So there's that. And then finally, here is Snowbird of Alpha Flight. So, my goodness, it's been a journey to get through everything. But there you have it. That was the X-Men Marvel United promo box. All those crazy models. Didn't open the cards, but I think the models are what people are probably most excited about anyway. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so you can know about the next time I put out a video. Otherwise, look forward to seeing you all around the table again at All Games New and Old. Bye. If you liked that video, you have no idea how much I respect your wise and intelligent opinion. And you might like this video.
Or this one.
Either way, if you want to go ahead and click this button to subscribe, we'd really appreciate it.
We'll see you around the table.
Bye.
Bye.